Welcome back to Rickey Does It, where today I'll be making Spider-Man out of construction paper. For this, I'll need a pencil, a pen, some scissors, a glue stick, some crayons, and of course, construction paper. I'll be needing some red and blue for the costume. I'm hoping I can get most of what I need from these scraps. And on top of that, some white for the eyes, and I'm not sure if I'll be needing some black yet, but we'll see. Now I want to thank Keo the Soul Reaper for suggesting this video. I actually considered subverting expectations and maybe doing the black symbiote costume, or Iron Spider. But in the end, I decided it was best to honor the spirit of the request and make the classic red and blue. But if any of you would like to see me tackle one of these other incarnations, and I think Iron Spider would be super fun to make, let me know in the comments. So okay, here I am trying to figure out how I want to slim down the body a bit to match Spider-Man's physique, when I realize I'm fussing with parts that I'm about to cut out. I gotta remember to work from the bottom up. So here's his torso again, in blue. And now we can figure out the red. And I'm not sure just where I want the red to end on his shoulders, so I'll cut out the wider form and go from there. Yeah, I like them wider like that. And that's what I call a nice start. Now I'm going to try something a bit different today. I'm not quite sure how I want him posed, so what I'll be doing is splitting his arms and legs into multiple sections. So let's start with his thighs. And now his calves. And as you can see, when I glue them together, I'll have a few more options to play with. So let's knock out these feet. And I think I need to give these thighs a little more heft. Yeah, that's way better. So let's put these to the side and get started on those arms. And I'll be doing these pretty much the same way as the legs. And yeah, that totally works. Now I want this hand like he's shooting a web. It might look a little weird with just 3 fingers, but that's my style and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I made this hand way too small. That looks pretty good. Now I'm not sure what I want him doing with this other hand. Do I want a fist? Do I want his hand out? Maybe something like this? Yeah, I think like that. Kind of like he's clinging to a wall. Now I should be able to get this out of one last piece of scrap. But man, am I having trouble getting the shape I want. Maybe I'll have better luck just cutting it out. And that's actually not too bad. Let me get my kneaded eraser out here. It'll clean up these lines without making a mess like a regular eraser. Let's get those legs in there. That's not bad. But do we want him in more of an action pose? That actually looks pretty cool. But do I want him so different from all our other friends? Maybe something like this. Or just standing? You know, I think right now his arms are just monstrously long, so let's fix that first. Yeah, that already looks better. So I guess in my head I was thinking maybe something like this, but maybe I should just have him standing. I don't know, that kind of makes his hands look silly now. You know, I'm just gonna make this one into a fist. Maybe I should just keep him like this, going on a little fun run. But yeah, I think that's the way to go. Unless I make him your super friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Or I could just make him a total abomination. But yeah, I know I went through all this rigmarole with all these different parts and different joints so I could see what kind of action pose I want him in. But I think since I can't really get the perspective of the web shooter the way you can in a drawing, I'm just gonna have him standing, looking tough, with 2 fists at his side. Yeah, I think that's our Spider-Man. Now let's give these legs a little more shape. And what's a spider without eyes? Looks good, but I think I want it a bit wider. Okay, there's just something not looking right about this, so I'm gonna trim it up a bit and see if I can make it work. And yeah, that works. So let's get to drawing. Now full disclosure here, I did make a quick sketch before I started, and even though it clearly didn't help me figure out his pose, it did help me figure out how I want his lines, so they're nice and symmetrical. And as for me sketching these out first, I think that's just a thing I'll be doing with all these existing characters, as opposed to my original creations. And even though it is a part of me figuring these out, I'm not really sure if it fits in these videos. But if that is something you'd be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll start filming that part too and make it a little bonus content or something. So yeah, let's get to coloring. Now I'm not sure which ones will work best, but I think these are our winners. And now it's pen time, and I'm gonna try and do my best to go left to right so I don't smudge anything up. Now you may have noticed there's a little something missing here, his chest symbol, and I'm not sure if I want to draw it on or not. If I draw it on, there's a chance the ink will bleed and it'll just end up looking blobby and messy. But if I cut it out of paper, it'll be hard. But you know, that shouldn't stop me, so let's give it a go. And I think the best way to go about this is to cut out the body and then each little leg one at a time. And I must say, I think it's working, though I'm having a little trouble keeping track of which pieces are legs and which are scrap. Now I'm gonna kinda outline the body and glue the legs down first. And as you can see, I decided to grab myself a pair of tweezers. I wasn't sure it would help much, but man does it make this part an absolute breeze, and I kinda wish I had them while I was cutting. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with how that came out. So let's finish up that face. And darken up these eyes. And there he is, our Spider-Man. And since they're both Marvel characters, here he is next to Doctor Strange.
Yay, picture time!
Oh, okay. So here's Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and a vampire. So I want to thank Keo again for suggesting this video, and if there's anyone else you'd like to see me make, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching! If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and check out some of my other videos, and make sure you subscribe for all future videos. And why not follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Rickey Does It. That's R-I-C-K-E-Y Does It. See you soon!